Finally. Oh, damn it! I dropped the cube! The hell was that? What do you want from me?
You solved the box, so we brought you here.
Look, pal, you've got the wrong idea. I didn't solve your little box. I solved a Rubik's Cube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Regardless, your torture will continue as planned.
Oh, what? Are you gonna use your chains and your hooks? Real original, man.
Oh no, we found something just for you.
What do you mean?
No. 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 No.
What a nightmare. Well, at least it's over. What the hell is that poking me? Oh, shit! It looks like some nightmares can become reality after all. In case you didn't already notice, this is the NECA Shin Godzilla action figure that was recently released. And for whatever reason, it ended up in my possession. So now, I feel it's only best that I talk about it. Because hey, that's what I do. You know, it's just my thing. Now, when you look at this figure, I know, from the promotional shots that NECA released, it didn't look that great. Honestly, me personally, I was a bit iffy on it. I know a lot of people were just bashing on it right at the start. Understandably so, the promotional pictures weren't that great. But after seeing him in person and getting him in this specific pose, like say, how he was in the film, he actually doesn't look all that bad. But there are a few things here and there that keep this figure from being perfect. So, right there and then, let's look at the detail. As you can see, this figure, detail-wise, looks pretty good. I mean, in the face, it does make you think of Shin Godzilla, as well as the skin texture. I mean, look at that. Also, let's talk about paint job, because the paint job on this figure is really, really good, if you ask me. I mean, sure, it is NECA, he is a bit glossy, and no, that's not just the light, he is pretty glossy, with all things considered. His dorsal fins look pretty good. They're the rubbery kind, you know, that's how NECA usually does it. And I'm surprised that NECA actually got this tail to be as long as it did. Because, you know, with NECA, their tails are usually short and stubby, so I'm glad they made the exception with this guy to make his tail somewhat screen accurate. I know there's going to be people out there who say, oh, it's too short. It's like, it's an action figure, dude. Relax. They're not going to make it 12 feet long so, you know, it can go from this room to your freaking kitchen. That's not how it works. They got to make it plausible for action figure scale purposes. Or whatever. You know what I mean. Now, looking at it, obviously, oh yeah, by the way, the toes, the feet, you know, for all you feet fetish out there, all the people with the foot fetish, looks alright. And underneath, you know, there's the little holes for your display or whatever. The ridges on the tail look interesting, to say the least. Now, after looking at all that, you think, oh, this figure looks cool, but then, what the hell is that? Did he contract an STD? Is Godzilla out here not having safe sex? Jesus Christ, man, wear a condom. Godzilla, I thought you were better than that, man. Over here, just sleeping with countless women left and right, not even caring if you get a disease. I mean, look what it's done to you already, man. Just slow down. So overall, the figure's detail is pretty damn good, especially for a NECA figure. And the paint job looks pretty damn good for a NECA figure as well. So, there you go. Now, real quick, let's dive into articulation, because with a lot of NECA figures, you'd wonder, what do they have? You know, Godzilla's got these little stubby arms, but they can actually move. And the wrists, you know, at first I thought they were stuck. But on closer inspection, they can actually rotate. Like that, see? I'm rotating it. And it doesn't hurt the figure at all. At first I was like, oh god, did I break something? Did I break a glue seal or something? But no, it's fine. And then there's the mouth. Now, I know a lot of people are complaining about the head and how it looked awkward, but see, the positioning I have it in makes it look more screen accurate. When you first get it, it'll be something like this. The neck, it'll be like, oh my god! Okay, no lie, that wasn't planned. It just fucking happened. So anyway, as I was saying, here's what I should have done first. You move the neck down. That's how you get it when it first comes in the box. And you can move the head up and open his mouth like so. If you move the head up more, I believe his jaw opens up like that. And well, if you want to get that... God, he looks really goofy like this. Literally looks like how I reacted when his head popped off. I don't know, man. Does this really look screen accurate? I can't be certain. The monster arts, I know I'm bringing monster arts up, you know, fucking crucify me, why don't you? Monster arts, as far as this goes, the mouth opening and whatnot, I feel looks better. This just looks too cartoony. But yeah, as you can see, you can get them in some pretty cool poses, like if you want the purple beam to be shooting out of here, like on your display case or whatever, it'll look pretty damn good if you ask me. As long as you're not showing him, like, say, you know, face front, like, hi! Because then, you know, it just kind of takes away from it, if you ask me, but it's not too bad. The legs also move, typical NECA articulation, knees bend, legs just move up and down, even though they are kind of stiff, and the feet swivel, as well as go in and out for different kinds of posing. The tail can move. This can't move despite that little seal being right there. This is all rubber, just like previous NECA Godzillas. The tail can move up and down like this. I prefer to keep it up because that's how it was for the most part in the movie. This part down here can move, but barely. Then you can swivel it around down here, so. Oh yeah, and there's the waist right here, you know, up, down, up, down. The neck, you obviously just saw, can move. So, this Godzilla has a lot of points of articulation, and I'm really glad he does, because this Godzilla, despite not doing as much in the movie, does move around a lot when he does. I mean, for the most part in the movie, spoiler alert, he just kind of walks around all godlike and barely moves, but when he moves, you know he's freaking serious. Why'd I even say frickin', by the way? I literally said fuck in this video already, so, you know, what the fuck, right? So now we're gonna move on to, you guessed it, drum roll please. Uh-oh, I'm shaking the table. Oh god. What is it? What could it be? It's size comparisons! Here he is next to the Bandai Shin Godzilla, and as you can see, they're almost close to the same height. It's kind of shocking because for a while I thought the Bandai Shin Godzilla was like one of the biggest 6-inch size Bandai figures I had seen as far as like Godzilla scaling goes. But then here comes NECA, just, hey, yeah, we're gonna make ours just as big, or close to. And yeah, as you can see, they're almost fairly the same size, so if you have this guy, then you know what to expect with this guy. Here he is next to the other NECA Godzilla figures, the 1954 Godzilla and the GMK Godzilla, or Godzilla 2001, whichever one you prefer. And yeah, this Godzilla right here, Shin Godzilla, he's very slim when compared to these two Godzillas. These Godzillas are bulky and more or less like the original Godzilla design, you know? Whereas Shin Godzilla is more slim in areas and just kind of... He kind of reminds me of Squidward from that one episode of SpongeBob where he's obsessed with the Krabby Patties. And SpongeBob tells him, you know, Squidward's like, what's gonna happen? Am I gonna blow up? And then SpongeBob's like, no, worse! It'll go right to your thighs! And then you blow up! God. You know, only someone like me would think of a SpongeBob reference during a review about Godzilla. That's just... I don't know, it's just the kind of person I am, I suppose. And here he is, last but not least, next to the NECA 2014 Godzilla. And now, I know what you're thinking, I'm sure some of you were thinking this, but... Which Godzilla's the better one? Oh, the legendary Godzilla's better because he's a hero and he just takes ass and he does all this.
But Shin Godzilla is better because it better represents the 1954 Godzilla as a beast incarnate.
Yeah, well, the legendary Godzilla is so powerful and he ripped the Muto in half by spitting fire down his throat.
Well, Shin Godzilla shoots lasers all over his fucking body, in and out of it.
You know what? Who the fuck cares? Just be happy that we're getting two separate Godzilla franchises at the same time. You know how many people would have died to see this? It's insane that people are arguing over this little bullshit. Just be happy, okay? Be happy whether you like one or not. Just be happy that we're getting two different Godzilla franchises. One from America and one from Japan at the same time. Who would have thought, right? Man. Honestly, let's be honest here. It's a great time to be a kaiju fan as far as the Godzilla franchise is considered. A great time. And that's about it for this figure. Overall, despite me saying that this thing is a nightmare, which, I mean, look at it. It really is. Good fucking God, that thing's horrifying. But, let's be real. As far as, like, rating this figure on a scale goes, I would say it's a 3 out of 5. The reason I give it a 3 out of 5 is because while it is a good figure, it's definitely not great. It has flaws here and there, like some proportion issues. I'm sure a lot of you are going to notice that. It is NECA. They have their issues when it comes to making Godzillas with well even proportions as far as like body goes. And you know, that little goo on his tail, like, come on Godzilla, man, you trying to catch an STD like a herpes or something? I mean, come on man, wear protection. I don't even know what that is, honestly. I don't know if that was like a coloring mistake or whatever, but it just looks very strange. And, you know, the Godzilla only looks good in a few positions. Otherwise, I would show you more, but man, he just looks really goofy. But yeah, overall, this figure is not bad. If you want to pitch out the 20-25 bucks for it, then I'd say go for it. If you don't already have a Shin Godzilla figure, he'll make a decent addition to your collection. Yeah, like I said, he's not bad. He's good, just not perfect. Now, before this review concludes, why don't we take a look at the old cheap plug? Alright, here you'll see a cheap plug, a very cheap plug I might add, that I got from the dollar store for $5. Yes, at the dollar store for $5. Doesn't that make a lot of sense? Anyway, as you can see, there are plenty of plugs here. You click on this plug, you'll get yourself some Friday the 13th videos. You click on this one, you'll get more toy reviews, as well as one for this guy right here. The Leonard King Kong action figure, you know, because everybody loves that fucking thing, right? Then if you click this plug, you'll get other video game content as well as other shit that I'll put up there. I don't fucking know. And then this one right here, this one, you want to know what this plug is? It's not even a plug. It's just a card right here. There's going to be a card right here popping up any second now. Click that and you can see all the plugs I listed. Just do it, man. You know you really want to. Alright, I got that fucking done. Alright, who's down for lunch? Whoa! Now that we got that cheap plug out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. And until next time, this is Gojira 2012 saying farewell for now.